My name is Sir Willaims. I joined Public Allies in fall 2005 and graduated in summer 2006. I learned about Public Allies from a former ally named Malik Nevels. I decided to apply to Public Allies because I was very interested in doing national service after college and initially was focused on Teach for America. But when I ran into Malik and he asked me about my plans, I explained that I wanted to do national service and that I was also hoping to stay in the city of Chicago. And so he mentioned Public Allies as a great alternative that guaranteed that I would be able to stay in Chicago for my national service. Once I started Public Allies, I was ultimately placed with the University of Chicago Medical Center. And I was specifically placed in community affairs and internal volunteerism. Currently, I am a law school admissions consultant. So I help people who want to go to law school successfully navigate the law school admissions process. I also work with law school institutions and help their admissions department with their enrollment management goals. My favorite part about the Public Allies experience was getting to meet a bunch of different people who are all very committed and passionate about making, the community and really the world a better place. And so it was really cool to get to see people from all different sorts of, educational and faith and ethnic backgrounds, again, come together, around that goal, even though everybody had very different ways of sort of approaching the work and executing it. And, our placements looked very different. But again, we were all united in that common goal to leave Chicago better than we found it. I think the most difficult part of my Public Allies experience was, honestly, I think it was unlearning some of the sort of the bias that I had picked up, in my life over the years. So obviously, you come to things and you're thoughtful about them. You think about things a certain way, but then you encounter people who are, just as smart or even smarter, who have thought about the same things, but from a very different perspective. And so initially, I think that's very uncomfortable. But on the other side of that discomfort, I know I found a lot of enlightenment. Another big thing that I just took away from my general Public Allies experience was, at my specific placement, I had the great fortune of working with really thoughtful and committed leaders. I got to work with Leif Elsmo, and I got to work with Asim Mishra, and I got to work with Beverly Billy, and I also even got to work with Michelle Obama. She was still working at the medical center as the vice president of community affairs while I was an ally. And so again, just an amazing, really powerful experience that really changed and shaped the way that I approached professional work from there on out. I would absolutely 100% recommend Public Allies to others. And in fact, I have recommended Public Allies to other people who went on to become allies. So it's pretty, again, it's very much, it was very much a sort of pay it forward type thing for me. And again, I can trace my sort of connection to Public Allies back to an ally who had a good experience and recommended it to me. And I was able to do the same thing for other people. And so again, I would 100% recommend it. Happy 30th anniversary, Public Allies.